For any volunteer that wants to get involved at Restorative Resources, the first thing that they do is they attend our introductory training. It's an introduction to restorative justice. We offer it in the evening once a month. And then after that, they participate in 3 evenings of role play training.
You could sense that during the meetings, and they're going to do whatever it takes to train you properly, and I've sensed that.
We went over scenarios, we got to practice being the facilitator, we got to practice being the victim, we got to practice being the perpetrator.
And through all of that role playing, I think there's a comfort level that begins to set in, although it's very dynamic. It's a very alive, in the moment process.
Then they join what we call Restorative Council. They work with a team of 5 other volunteers. So you're doing this work in community. You work with that team of volunteers and you facilitate that restorative process with the offender and victims. And Restorative Resources staff coaches that team of volunteers for 6 months' time.
When I first started, I really didn't know what to expect. I knew I was gonna have to speak though. So I'm not really a person that likes to be a public speaker that much, but I was kind of nervous, but I actually felt really comfortable being around there.
Here I am telling strangers about something that happened to me, and yet that's what we're going to be asking kids to do in restorative justice. And so I had to put that hat on to get out of my own fear and realize that, yeah, it was uncomfortable for me, and yet I needed to understand that discomfort so that when I ask others to do it, I can do it with compassion.
If you don't like the way the things are going or the things that are happening in your community now, this is the place to be. You have the opportunity to make a change.
I think the more I was drawn in, the more I began to work with it, the more it spoke to me from just a human standpoint.
The neat thing about this program is that it has members, community members from various walks of life, which creates different voices that you hear, from different backgrounds, and it's neat because it does represent the community.
So when a offender or a victim comes to one of these processes, they're sitting down with their fellow community members, which is very impactful. We hear that time and again, how folks are so grateful that community members are here, that they're giving their time and stepping up to make their community safer and stronger. So volunteers are at the very heart of what we do.
In this way, we promote that this healing is as a process that will comprise the society and put it together again.